Hi there, it's Sandy, and it's Saturday afternoon, and I'm working again. So, recently I was asked to talk about micromanaging, a topic that seems to be the bane of most salespeople right now. I always get these phone calls, Sandy, I just hate my manager because she's micromanaging me. So, let's talk about micromanagement. What is micromanagement? If we take a case scenario like a salesperson that's working for a company and your productivity is determined by the number of sales you make, it is very important that you stay motivated and your frame of mind has to be one that is extremely positive. Because as a salesperson, you've got to get out there and you've got to make and bring in the numbers, the sales figures, basically. So most of the time you are showcasing your brand. And I always say this to all my sales staff or people that worked under me in the sales environment is you are your own brand. The way you present yourself out there and the way you conduct yourself out in the market is what is going to create your own brand. And people identify that with you. So recently, I had this scenario where an employee called me and she said, she was being micromanaged. So, how? Well, she was pretty successful prior to the new manager coming in, new sales manager. And now, salespeople, each and every salesperson is different. We all have our own unique DNA proof in sales, meaning that what works with you may not work with the other person. So, as a sales manager, you have to be very, very careful how you handle the different personalities that you have in your sales team. So, one of the prerequisites of the new salesperson was that you have to make at least 10 cold calls in the day. And based on that, they're looking at maybe one sale for the day. But at the same time, she wanted the employee to attend numerous meetings during the day because of the COVID situation right now, people are working remotely. So in order for employees to keep tab as to where their people are, they've got to report in probably every 2 hours. In this case, was every 2 hours. So according to this salesperson, she said to me, Sandy, it's pretty, difficult because I need to be out there interfacing with the market and talking to people so that they know what our product is all about. And rightly so, rightly so. Now, I may be old fashioned in sales, and yes, sales techniques have gone digital, and there's no new age stuff that has come into sales. But the old fashioned way of really people getting to know you, building up relationships, works. And yes, you do make sales with digital sales and all the other digital um, techniques that are being used at the moment. But what happens when all that crashes? So I would think that the both should work together, that we could go digital, but setting up a relationship with your clients or building the trust between you and your clients makes such a difference because that is where referrals will come through. Now, 3/4 of the time when I was in sales, most of my figures came from referrals. I would go see one client, and this client would refer me over to other clients based on the kind of service that I'd given this client. Now, if I look back and think I was fortunate enough, I didn't have managers who micromanaged me, uh, like looked at everything with a microscope and wanted to know practically every hour of the day, where are you? What are you doing? Because sometimes when you're out there on the road, you are faced with a lot of frustration. There's the traffic, there might be the weather, it might be very hot or very cold. But despite it all, you have to go out there and give it your best. Now, in order for managers to stay in touch with what is happening, they have to take cognizance of all these factors when managing a team and know that each and every person in that team is different. And a strategy has to be drawn up for the different sales personalities in that team. If you want to make your company successful and keep a sales team that is happy, look at your management techniques. I remember reading recently, it says if you hire the best, why do you have to micromanage them? If you go out there and hire the best, what is the need to micromanage them? They've obviously have a proven track record. So let them be and then just guide and steer them along. I hope this makes sense to a whole lot of you out there that is listening in, especially to the sales force. Well, I'm really not one for micromanagement because I think it just definitely it erodes at one's confidence, and especially if you are doing your work with a sense of focus and a sense of committedness. So take care and all the best and stay safe.